You're in an argument with someone you love, and it's not going great. Your heart is pounding, your face is hot, some part of you knows you're about to say the thing you can't take back. And the calm, reasonable version of you is nowhere to be found. He left the second your heart rate climbed. That isn't a willpower problem. Your body flipped a switch, and it did it without asking you. Start with the system itself. Much of what keeps you alive runs on its own. Your heartbeat, your digestion, your blood pressure. You don't run any of it, it runs for you. This whole setup is called the autonomic nervous system, and it runs in two modes. One is the gas, it leans you toward alert, keyed up, ready to act. The far end of it is full fight or flight, but most of the time you're just tilted that way, not really maxed out. The other is the brake. It leans you toward calm, settled, recovering. And it's a seesaw between the two, tilting one way or the other all day long. In a harder conversation, ideally, it's tilted a little bit more toward the brake. All day, your body slides between the two on its own, without checking with you. And you can't really override a lot of it. Try it. You can't decide to lower your blood pressure all of a sudden. You can't tell your digestion to slow down or will your pupils smaller. Those dials are locked. You don't get conscious access, except for one. Your breathing is the exception. It runs automatically. You're not thinking about it right now, and it keeps going even while you sleep. But the moment you want to, you can take it over. Speed it up, slow it down, hold it, deepen it. Breathing sits right on the line between automatic and consciously controlled. And that's what makes it a doorway that you can access. Because your breath is wired into the same system as your heart. When you change your breathing, the rest of the system feels it and adjusts itself accordingly. So you can't order your heart to slow down, but you can do it through the one door you're allowed to open. Your heart rate isn't steady. It rises and falls with every single breath you take. When you breathe in, your heart rate speeds up. When you breathe out, it slows down. That pattern is called respiratory sinus arrhythmia. The term doesn't matter, but the reason behind it does. Running from your brain down to your heart is a nerve called the vagus nerve. Picture it as a brake. When the brake is on, your heart beats slower. It's the calm side of the system, holding your heart in check. When you breathe in, that brake lifts a little. The heart is let off for a moment, so it speeds up. When you breathe out, the brake presses back down and the heart slows again. So every breath is you tapping that brake without realizing it. Inhale, off, exhale, on. Once you see that, the tool becomes obvious. If the exhale puts the brake on, then a longer exhale keeps the brake on longer. And that's the tool. It's not breathing more, it's exhaling longer and slower than you breathe in. Short inhale, long exhale, and your heart rate comes down. You're not forcing it, you're using the system the way it already works. It will work the first time, and it will work every time. So why bother? Well, because of what a high heart rate does to your judgment in the exact moment that you need it. A researcher spent decades wiring couples to monitors and watching them argue in a lab. He found a line. When your heart rate climbs past about 100 beats a minute in a conflict, something happens. The thinking part of your brain starts dropping offline. The part that listens, sees another side, and solves problems. Gottman called it flooding. You're still talking, but you've basically lost access to your own better judgment. It's why arguments past a certain point stop going anywhere. Both people are over the line, gas down, brakes off. You can't reason your way out of it, because reason is the thing that just went offline. You have to bring the body down first. And the body has one input you can reach mid-argument without anyone even noticing: your exhale. There's one breathing pattern that does this faster than the rest, and it's one your body already reaches for on its own. Think of the breath you take after you've been crying. 2 quick inhales, then a longer breath out. That's the one. It's called the physiological sigh. Your body does it on its own every few minutes to reset your lungs. You can also do it on your own whenever you want. The steps: 1. Breathe in through your nose. 2. At the top, take a second short sip of air through your nose to fill your lungs the rest of the way, even if it's just the tiniest bit of extra air. 3. Let it all out slowly through your mouth, at least twice as long as the inhale, until your lungs are empty. So a minimum of a 2-to-1 ratio. Exhale at least twice as long as your inhales. That's one sigh. The double inhale reopens your lungs all the way. The long exhale is what presses the brake and drops your heart rate. 2 or 3 in a row, you'll feel your heart rate come down very quickly. Even one on its own takes the edge off in seconds. This isn't a wellness trend someone made up. It was tested directly. Stanford ran a controlled trial comparing it to other breathing methods such as box breathing as well as meditation. 5 minutes a day for a month. The sigh came out ahead for lifting mood and calming the body. The long exhale did the work. Use it like a tool. Before something stressful, take a few. Heart racing in an argument? Take one before you answer. And if you want the deeper version, do it for 5 minutes on a normal day, not only the bad ones. One honest thing, so this doesn't sound like a magic trick. Slowing your heart rate down doesn't fix the problem you're arguing about. There's a whole psychological component that still has to be dealt with. What it does is bring your thinking brain back online, which is the part that has to do the work. The problem is far easier to deal with from a calm body than a flooded one. You're not trying to feel nothing, you're trying to stay in a state where you can think and still listen. Almost everything your body does under stress happens without your say. You don't get a vote, except for that one lever. The exhale reaches the heart sets the tone, and a slower heart gives you back the part of your brain that you need during conflict. Thank you for watching. If this video helped, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you for the support.